as everyone knows. How hard it is for you to get up in front of everyone and show off like that, so that's good. Housekeeping first, just a little bit. There are going to be several toasts during this speech, so please do make sure you've got your glasses topped up. There's also a lot of pregnant women here, so please can I just say, can you wait till you get home if you feel your water's going, because the corkage charge on breast milk here is just astronomical. And if you don't bring your own, you're going to have the venues, and that's just disgusting. I had it at the tasting. I was just going to say, on behalf of my wife and I, thank you all so much for coming. A special thank you to some people who've come a long way. Jeffrey and Chantel have come from all the way from Canada. We've got Phil and Lou have come all the way from the BVI. We've got Simon the Fresh Prince who's come all the way from Philadelphia over there. But there's one person here who their journey has been harder and more impressive than anyone else's. And that's a good friend of mine, Ed Noyce, who's sitting there. And if you don't know, Ed has been, and a lot of you do know, Ed has been very ill this last year, battling cancer. And just the fact that he's been so positive throughout it all, the fact that you're sitting there and you've come to my wedding is just, I mean, that made the day from the start. So, the battle that you've shown for yourself, for your beautiful wife Jules, beautiful daughters, it's just an inspiration to us all, and I just want to say that you being here has made the day for everyone, and I'm sure it's going to be onwards and upwards from here. So. The last time I'm going to be nice to someone tonight. It's not really. So obviously, it's brilliant to see so many of you here. Thank you so much. There are, of course, some people who can't make it. And so I just want us to remember those people. There's, on Jessica's side, there's Uncle Arthur, who I know is very, very close to you, and also Jessica's great-grandmother. We'd love for her to be here as well. Equally, my own grandparents, and neither of them are here because neither of them lived to see this day, but it means a lot. It would have meant a lot to them to be here today, and also the people who can't come because they're not well enough. I think Stella on your side of the family is quite poorly, but again, I mean, let's just think about those guys and just have them in our hearts. And the first toast I want to propose is to the absent friends, gone but not forgotten.
Absent friends.
Right, Jessica's parents. Well, most of you have met them. They're fantastic people, Pauline and Jeff. I just want to say thank you for welcoming me into your family right from day 2. Day 1, I don't really remember, you picked me at sort of about 3 a.m. from a wedding in Cheshire. You were a bit grumpy, Jeff, we didn't really talk. But then in the morning, came down, we had a Meet the Fockers style breakfast, and from that moment on, it was just fantastic, because I've never met two people who are more fun and more in love with each other than Jeff and Pauline, and it's sort of that radiates around everyone who's near them. As a lot of my friends know now, you have a good time when you're out with them. They'll make you have a good time when you're out with them. And it's just been fantastic. So I do want to just say thank you very much. You've always made me feel welcome. You're so generous. And it's fantastic to be able to be your son-in-law now.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for everything you've done. I mean, look what you've created. You must think, where did it all go wrong? But you've always been there when I needed you. You've always been there when I didn't need you as well. Cramping my style when I was old enough to get the bus to Leicester on my own, but it means so much to me to have you here. Thank you very much. And just as a token of our gratitude, Jessica has got some presents for you both.
Oh.
Both sets, not favourite.
No, don't get
Not trying to start anything. And while she's doing that, can we just have a toast for the mums and dads? While Jessica's doing that, I was just going to move on to the most important person here, which isn't you, Jeff. I'm sorry. Which is my beautiful, beautiful wife, Jessica, who at the moment is not in view. One of the great elements of public speaking is timing, and doing that pretty well there. Right. You all know Jessica. Jessica's absolutely fantastic. You know.
She is. Yeah.
Getting heckled by my mum. Right, that's the last of your wine. No, but Jess is fantastic, and people always ask, where did you first meet? Now, it's a bit of a cliche, but we first met playing mixed netball for an oil company. Which is absolutely the truth. They said, oh, we've got a netball team. I was like, right. And then they said, okay, can you come and play? And if you've never played netball before, guys, it's like basketball without the fun. and so I said, yeah, I'll turn up, this is great. And there'd been an email around. They said, one of the IP team are going to send an email around telling you what the rules are. Now, the IP team, I went to the BP, and they said, the IP team are really fun. And anyone who knows IP teams, usually the words fun and IP don't really go together. Unless the word's not very before them. But these guys at BP were, they were brilliant, they were really fun. Although the email that came through was from a Jessica Crane, and it was the most boring email I've ever seen. It was about all the rules of netball, don't do this, do that, and obviously all the guys just went, whatever. And we went and played, but then I was warming up, looking resplendent in my wing attack bib, and getting ready to play, and then in walked the most amazing, beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life. And I remember the feeling I got then, and I got the exact same feeling today when she came down the aisle. Oh. And I get the exact same feeling every time I see her, to be honest. So then I was like, great, she's fit, I'm going to try and impress her. It's very hard to be manly and impressive. Even Don Draper couldn't do it while you're playing netball. It's very hard while you're pivoting or doing that. It's not manly. And so I thought, right, I've blown it, that's rubbish. We got smashed and our team got rinsed and Jess left and I didn't see. But then gradually, we got to know each other and I found out Jess liked me as well. And so that was brilliant because she was beautiful, intelligent, and didn't mind when I was dressed like a nigger. So that was all perfect. And our love blossomed. We had this pretty similar interests. I know you've seen the table plans. We've got basically thought we'd put albums that we really like. One of them's missing off there because I wasn't allowed to have all the ushers sitting on one table, so the village people didn't get a look in. Jess got used to all the weird things that come with me. I got used to Jess time, which you all experienced. Never experienced Jess time before. You experienced it today with the 25 minutes late. That's good for Jess. For Jess lives in her own time-space continuum, and you never know when she's going to turn up. She's like Doctor Who. And meeting at 7 means any time between 7 and the end of time. So she is pretty good. I mean, that's why she looks so young, because she's actually in Jess years. She's only like 21. Which actually that's a bit wrong, isn't it? Because that would mean I met her when she was 15. So let's not trouble. But I always loved Jess from the start, and I always knew that it was always going to be that was the one for me. And then I started getting all the pressure from people going to these weddings, and they were going, when are you going to propose? When are you going to propose? And I'm quite lazy in getting things, and it took me ages. And in the end, we were going on holiday if you look at the scorebook, it will say, I proposed to Jessica in St Lucia on a boat. Now, that sounds great. And that's all that matters as goal scorers like Ed and Sharpie would know. It just doesn't matter, it's what's in the scorebook that counts. But it wasn't anywhere near as planned as that, because I got the ring and we happened to be going on holiday. And then I was like, oh God, when am I going to propose? And so I thought, right, I know, we're going to BA Lounge, I'll propose beforehand. But Jess was late and we had to run to get the flight. Going through security, which is, I'm one of these people who's quite nervous going through security anyway, because I always think someone's going to have stashed heroin into my pants or something like that, so I'm going to get caught. But I couldn't think of where to put the ring, because I couldn't have it on me because she'd see. So I put it in a camera bag, and then the camera bag went through, and watching that go through security was one of the worst moments of my life, because I thought it was bound to go off. They were going to say, right, he's diamond smuggling. And then I was going to go, no, I'm not, I'm actually trying to propose, and they'll say, prove it, and there'll be a huge queue of like Ryanair flight, stag doos and hen doos, screaming, going, go on, son. And then I'd have to propose, it'd be really embarrassing, we'd probably drop it a few times, and then Jess would get really embarrassed and say, I'm sorry Martin, no. And then one of the stag doos would be filming it and he'd put it on YouTube, and it'd go viral as worst proposal ever. And then I'd be sitting there, I'd have to move back in with mum and dad, and sorry, but, I love you, but that'd be awful. I'd have to move back in there, and I'd be sitting there one night looking at that again, and looking at the comments of all the people, nasty stuff, and one of them would say, yeah, what a weirdo, my mate used to work with him, apparently he plays netball. Which wouldn't have been good. So I tried basically every day. I didn't have a plan, and every day I was keeping this. Jess was going, why is the camera bag with no camera in it in the safe? Why have you got that camera bag on you all the time? And we went to we booked a thing that was called a sunset cruise. It turned out to be a booze cruise for the over 50s. It was terrible. It was like techno music on. It was just the worst thing ever. And then this guy turned around and proposed to his girlfriend, didn't he? Right in the middle of it. And Jess went, that's the worst proposal ever. How can anyone possibly say yes? And then she said, what are you doing with that camera bag? I said, I'm just putting it away. So we finally got round to it, and we did get a boat and a proposal on there, and it was all absolutely perfect, and it was more look than design. But I then realised about 10 minutes before it was leaving that I hadn't actually got permission from Jess's parents. So I rang up. Luckily, my future father-in-law wasn't an intimidating figure in any way, and I rang up, and Jeff wasn't there, which was even worse, because then I was on the phone to Pauline for about 5 minutes, all the way from St Lucia, and Pauline was going, that's really good, Martin, yeah, that's great. Oh, what have you been doing? That's great. Thinking, what have you done with my daughter? Why are you ringing me all the way from there? And then after a while, I actually said, oh, I want to propose to Jessica, can you put Jeff on? Pauline went, no, he doesn't handle that sort of stuff. I don't know what you might say. She said, just get on with it, that's fine, that's all right. So, as we were in area of law, she held herself out as having ostensible authority, and we exchanged on that basis. And now I thought we'd completed, but as Tom Barr pointed out, it's only in escrow, and we have to complete tonight. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, it's deal done. But I mean, I just wanted to just say with Jessica is that nut brown hair hasn't got a clue. Nut brown hair can go up to the moon and can come back and give all this chat, but he's got no idea, because nut brown hair would have to do shuttle runs back and forth. Nut brown hair would have to do the bleep test, basically, back and forth to the moon, and he still wouldn't know how much I love you. Oh. I just wanted to say, can we just also raise our glasses then for my beautiful, fantastic wife, one of the nicest people anyone ever met, Jessica. Oh. Guys, thanks very much. You've been doing a lot of good for me. Not thanks for Stag Do, that was horrible. Hopefully you won't need to raise a glass, because Jessica or someone should have put a shoe on your table already. And so feel free to drink out of that for the rest of the evening. But you know, you've all been great mates in your own ways. Michael's been a fantastic brother always, and Jessica's got a little token from us both. If you'd like to come up and just collect it off them.
Well done, Michael.
No, not just Michael. Richard, still some fantastic reading as well. Mother Russia, come up please and get yours. Big man, Big Nick, everyone knows who Big Man is. So again, great mate.
Photography coordinator.
Yeah. Jonesy, where's Nick Jones? Fantastic man. And last but not least, MC Jeffrey Duke Llewellyn Crane.
Well done.
And now on to the real beauties. I mean, the bridesmaids have been absolutely gorgeous all day. They look beautiful. Charlotte, fantastic. Georgie, Jessica's beautiful sister. Natalie, again, absolute stunner. And my beautiful little niece Elisa as well. Aww. You look lovely today, and we're really, really proud of you, Elisa. Was in our house till like 1 a.m. every night this week, just doing all those orders of service. Absolutely everything's been fantastic, and we really appreciate it, because without you we hardly did any of it. And the same goes for Natalie and Georgie as well. It's just brilliant Jess has got such fantastic friends, and so Jess again has got a little something for you girls if you want to come up.
Where's the cookies?
Oh, come on, Lisa. For the bridesmaids.
The bridesmaids.
And right, and that just leaves, I mean, that's all I've got to say. That just leaves, I'm going to hand you over to my best men, who are Steve and Andy, they go as Standy, that's what they like to be called. You may recognise them from 2003, you became third in the heat and Stars in Your Eyes as a Triple Brothers. We're going to go for some drinks and a barbecue, just a little chilled event at the White Hart tomorrow in Barnes. So if anyone is around in the area and wants to join, then please do. Please just give me a call or something, and then it's 1 o'clock. So from 1 o'clock tomorrow, you're welcome. And also I'd like to just say as well, thank you very much to Lincoln's Inn for today. There's all the staff, and particularly Paolo, who's run everything like clockwork, so thank you very much.